morning, Vietnam. Hey, good to see you on a Monday morning. And not only Vietnam, but everywhere else that you might be watching from. So a little bit of channeling my inner Robin Williams this morning on a Monday. Good to see you. Thanks for being with me. It's 7:30 in the morning. If you think that it's 8:30, you've really lived the last 24 hours with the wrong time. So good to see you. Good to be with you. Peace be with you. Going with the original Let Go, Let God from March 15th. Still in the cupboard. Still working strong. Good to see you, Millie and Dottie, and who else we got? Lynette is there. Amy's there. So good morning. Thanks for being here, Carrie. It's 6:30. Carrie, you don't even know what time it is. And my other Carrie. Good to see all of you. So it is Monday morning. Amy and I are starting a new yoga thing today. So I'm excited. I got my workout outfit on. I haven't done yoga in years, but I have to change it up a little bit because I'm not sticking to a workout routine. And, I got to get in Thanksgiving shape. I got to look good for Thanksgiving. Who's the turkey, right? But good morning and welcome to Monday Motivation on the Coffee and Conversation format, planet, whatever we're on. Tina, good to see you. Libby is there. She's done with her workout, I know. Yep. But yeah, good morning. Am I like way too excited for a Monday morning? I don't know. Like part of my job is to fire you up. Part of you is to not let you know how tired I am. So many possibilities that happen here on Coffee and Conversation. But so this morning, I got asked the question. It's Monday morning, and I want to know. And you should already be typing your answers in because you know what I'm going to ask you. And the question is, where did you see God this last weekend? So where did you see God in your life anytime between Friday and yesterday? And how was he present? Even if you don't realize it till today, there has to be an aspect of God is at work in your life. And maybe you gave him the credit when you saw him, maybe you didn't. And it really has to do with our topic today. In this topic of what is truly life-giving? And does it really exist? And where does it come from? And it's not the creation of life, but it is the, I'll get into that. I'll get into that. Let's see if we have some life-giving situations. I was blessed that my son came home. Nathan came home on Friday night, Saturday night. And we celebrated my brother's birthday. But I continue to marvel at watching my children grow up. They're very different. As you all know, as parents know, your kids are really, really different, especially in their ages. But if we love them where they're at, I think that we see amazing things within them. And if we take time to have true, good conversations, I think that we see God is at work, even whether our children recognize it or not. So I'm going to go with that. That was my piece where I saw God at this weekend. Lynette says, in my job, when an individual said that I'm so glad that you're here, I love you. Oh, that is sweet. Somebody recognizing the work that you do. God led me to be able to plant seeds in a friend of hopes to deal with her anger and prayer. It feels good. It does feel good. It feels good when we can influence somebody else's life, and then we really pray and we discern about how we can continue to walk with them. Each and every one of us has this inner ability to give life. Whether we choose to accept that responsibility or not, or whether we know that or not. And Carrie, in a situation like that, when you help somebody regain control of their life because you're helping them deal with their anger, that in the essence is giving life. But today I want to focus on you. I want to talk about each and every one of you and and what is really life-giving. And it came about after a conversation that I had with somebody close to me. And then, I was just thinking even further about the coronavirus era. And here it is, November 2nd, and people's heads are all over the place. People are all jacked up about the election tomorrow. Let me tell you, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. There's not a lot of people that know this. All we can do is vote. After that, we have to decide who we are and what we're going to do to live our lives and be part of the change that we desire. That's as far as we get. So when we're all worked up and we're posting a lot of political stuff and, we're trying to get the truth out, at least we feel from our side. I get that. You want people that might be undecided to hear something. But at the end of the day, the anger, the rage, the division created in media, that's not life-giving. It's robbing us of our lives. And so I really want to encourage this morning that as you look towards the rest of the week, that you can be able to answer the question, am I living a life that is truly life-giving? I want you to be able to answer that, and I want you to be able to say that strongly. And it's not about the money. It's not about the ego of the title. It's not about anything else but making sure that your soul is intact, because your majority of your day, you can find a life-giving sense about it. So Shawnee says that she saw it in the snowfall, a call from her son in a movie marathon. Hallmark. They were running Christmas movies all weekend. How did they know? But hey, it's November, so that's what happens. So here's where I want to start today. I need a haircut. That's what I want to start with. But I was looking up quotes that might go along with this subject matter. And it was funny, out of all of the great gurus of motivation, that I came across one from Wanda Sykes, the comedian. And she said this. She said, if you feel like there's something out there that you're supposed to be doing, if you have a passion for it, then stop wishing and just do it. So I'll say it again. If you feel like there's something out there that you're supposed to be doing, if you have a passion for it, then stop wishing and just do it. So this is step number one of what I think needs to happen in order for us to find the life-giving opportunities in front of us. And I mentioned that this came about because there was somebody that was close to me, and I was just thinking about them, and they always hate their job. They always hate everything that's going on in life. They're somebody that they're a sad sack. They're somebody that just wants to complain. And no matter what, there is a struggle that even if you handed them gold, it would be that it was too heavy, or it would be that it was dirty, or whatever. There would be some dark cloud. And then I watch, other people in their jobs, that they're stuck in a job, or they're stuck in a position within an organization, or they've never lived part of a dream, so they begin to take it out on other people. If we've learned anything in the last year, I can't even add them up, 8 months, 9 months, whatever. We should have learned it before, but especially now with the way that things change. But if we've learned anything, if you're not doing something that gives life to your soul, then you're not getting the point of what life is really offering you and what God wants you to live through his creation. Sure, bad things happen. We lose jobs, we lose opportunities, we're not the one who's promoted, or there's a divorce in our family, or an estranged child. Lots of things happen in life. But only what we can control is what we really need to focus on and worry about when we reflect on our days. So, is the child estranged because we didn't offer forgiveness? Is the child estranged because we didn't address an issue of their mental health soon enough, but we can still get them back? Did the divorce happen because the infidelity of time existed where we didn't pay attention to another person? Is the job that we're in one that pays well, but really doesn't benefit others, and it is apart from who we desire to be? These are all things that we need to ask ourselves when we do our work. It doesn't mean that I'm telling everybody to quit their job or to take blame or any of that. I'm just saying, what can you control within a situation that allows you to feel in the most peace, or with the most peace that you can possibly feel with inside yourself? So when I looked up life giving, because it's interesting, if you Google life giving, it talks about giving your money away. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. However, if you need to give your money away, I do know of a ministry that could use it. But life giving, here is what Webster's dictionary says: giving or having power to create or support life. So life giving, defined by Webster's dictionary, is giving or having power to create or support life. And here's why I want to focus on you. That within you, you have the power to create or support life. If your life has been something that hasn't worked out the way that you wanted to, or there's been a dream in your life and you've never taken the opportunity to rise above and to go after that passion, what are you waiting for? Why is it that you're sitting there and letting somebody else live your dream? Why is it that you're sitting there and becoming angry about the opportunities that other people have? And what can you do to control your own life and to bring a life-giving situation to your soul? So anytime we think about life-giving, people will say, well, my church isn't very life-giving, or my job isn't life-giving. I don't know that they're supposed to be. I mean, they're supposed to provide an opportunity that bring us into enlightenment or to help us when we can't think straight, at least churches, but they're not responsible completely for our happiness. I think about John chapter 15, verse 5. Apart from me, you can do nothing. That's what Jesus tells us. Apart from me, you can do nothing. So the first key in the situation is that we need to be one with Jesus. We need to be one in our faith to say that I am going to give you this opportunity. I am going to allow myself to fully do it with inside the image of what I know is truth. And if it doesn't work out, if you fail, if there's setbacks, there is still something within you that doesn't feel that you failed. There's still something within you that says, Lord, you led me. You walked with me. You were there. You saw it all. You saw what I gave. And now things are different. And if you're united with him, the one who ultimately gives us life, then we move forward saying, all right, what's next? What did I learn? How do I move forward? Otherwise, we sit and we curl up into a ball and we feel sorry for ourselves. And then nothing has the opportunity to be life-giving. I know people that sit in their churches and are angry about positive messages because they just want to tell you why it sounds easier than it is, but the preacher really doesn't understand that that's not the way life works. That's not necessarily true. Sure, we have people that maybe talk over our head and we don't understand what they're trying to say when it comes to church matters, but somebody that's trying to preach or inspire us, If we don't let any of that message into our hearts, that's on us. That's on us, because if we're connected to our faith, if we're allowing faith and real life to come together, then there is something that we are going to hear that is going to allow us to live our passion. And not a passion of what we want because we want to make a lot of money. It's a passion that says, my soul longs for this because this is what I was created for. So I was thinking about it, and I wrote down that, how do we discern this? So how do we discern if something is life-giving? And I wrote down 3 different questions. Do you feel like currently in your life that you are stuck on a treadmill? Like, do you wake up every day with a feeling of, ugh, I'm on a treadmill. Same day, same stuff. Right? Different day, same stuff. And if you feel that way each and every day that you wake up, then you are not allowing yourself to do the one thing or the multiple things that give life to you. Just getting up and existing, just getting up and living for the world to buy material things, not outside of material needs, but I'm talking to buy material things of wants. That is not life-giving. That's a means to an end. Life-giving is waking up and saying, you know, I got to go to work today, but after or at lunch, I want to think about how I can start that volunteering project that I always wanted to do for kids in my community. You know, maybe it's something about a dream that you had to start your own business. Do it in a smart way. But do you feel that every day that you're stuck on a treadmill? So that's number 1. Number 2, when you initiate change in your life, when you initiate to work towards something that is life-giving, are you just following the path of what other people have done? Do you look and are you seeing what other people have done, so that's what you're going to do? Or somebody told you this is the way that it has to be done. Is that what you're following in the midst of, well, this is what everybody else is doing, so that's what I'm going to do, and that should work? Because it doesn't. If you're unique and you're different and your passion lies within inside you, nobody else can replicate that. We can look at social media and means and maybe things that we have to use in order to promote, but there isn't one way that we have to do things. If you're somebody that is trying to share an inspirational message, like yours truly, and people don't follow you enough on social media, there's a whole world of people out there that we can evangelize to in the streets and in the stores and everywhere else. And those conversations become life-giving. It doesn't mean because one person posts videos this way and one person has classroom and one person has this, that I can do that if I don't have a passion or a purpose for it. I love that. Shawnee, if I were stuck on a treadmill, I'd be a whole lot thinner. Mine makes a great clothes hanger. I love it. You and me both, sister. All right. So doing something life-giving is not just about following other people because they had success doing it. And then here's the last question, because some of you might be watching and saying, Greg, look, I don't feel that I'm not doing something life-giving. I'm just living life and I'm not upset about it. I'm not happy. I mean, I'm not sad. I'm existing and it's cool. Then I would ask you this question. And this is the way that we truly need to look at it all at the end of the day. Is your soul dying on the inside? Are you in healthy relationships that are life-giving? Are you in relationships where people are takers? Are you in relationships where people want you to become a version of yourself that sucks? Are you in relationships where people want to challenge you continuously for what you believe or always try to prove you wrong? That doesn't mean we walk away from those. Doesn't mean we have to walk away from any of them. But the question is, how much power do we give those relationships? How much power do we give a career that takes the life out of our soul and doesn't allow us to be the person that we want to be for a spouse or a child or for our friends or even just for ourselves to be able to sleep at night? See, we could talk about these things as living our passion. We could say that I have this desire and I have this dream. But the question is that when we do that, there will be setbacks, there will be hard times, there will be things that happen that we don't understand. And so when we go to live that purpose, there has to be a life-giving element. I would see it as faith, but there has to be a life-giving element. Otherwise, it will never work out no matter what it is. This is why people who only have an occupation to make money are empty inside. I'm not talking about people that have money that tithe and do lots of good things. I'm talking about people that specifically have a purpose and theirs is a means to an end. So I can have nice cars, I can have a nice house. And then what's going to happen when you're on your deathbed and you didn't live anything that was life-giving? What a lonely place it will be if you alienated everything that you truly loved. That's why today, especially in this time of 2020, we have to do something that is life-giving. We have to be the person God created us to be and to say, I want to be alive. I'm not letting anything else control my happiness. I'm not letting anything else control my direction. If you live in the United States, you have the opportunity to do anything you want to do. And only if it changes one life or the community closest to you, then that is enough. You don't have to have 1,000 likes on your Facebook. Although King got 1,500 this weekend. He's over here sleeping. That's why I had to look down. Maybe you just get 10 and 2 of them change their entire lives. Maybe you didn't see 100 people this weekend, but maybe the conversation that you had with your son or the person that was at your job changed them. And then when they went home, it changed the lives of 2 other people. That's why we have to have something that is life-giving. As I get ready to wrap up, I think it all ties back into the Beatitudes, because that will be like the final marker, right? So we say, all right, all great points. I have a family to feed. I have this to do. I'm not telling you to go out and take your life savings and go buy a building or a franchise and live your life. I'm not taking responsibility for that. I'm also not telling you not to do it. But yes, Millie, it is the quality, not the quantity. But what I'm telling you is that whatever you do has to bring life into your soul. And if you allow God to be at the center of all of it, even if it doesn't turn out the way that you want, you'll be okay. You'll have human emotions, but you'll be okay. And if it relates to a business or relates to work or something that takes money, then let the plan be the thing that gives you life. Start drawing your plan, start thinking about it. Tell yourself in 18 months, this is where I want to be. I no longer want to suppress myself because I planned my whole life this way and the world gets turned upside down. And now I'm struggling. Iswan, hello from Malaysia. God bless you. It is 7:56 here. So you're at 8:55 p.m. God bless you. Thank you for joining us from Malaysia. But living our life in a way, in a manner that is life-giving, we will do things in the world that nobody can ever take from us. And united with God, we will do things that will give us an eternal place in heaven, where everything that was ever life-giving, even 100 times more, will be better than anything that we could possibly imagine. Amen? All right, God bless you. So take this step further all of this week. What is life-giving to me? How am I making a difference? How can I grow to do something that is life-giving? And if I'm stuck on the treadmill, not the one that helps us lose weight, but if I'm stuck on the treadmill of life and I need to do this because my current situation forces me to continue on the track that I am, what can you do in your spare time in order to bring life back into your soul until maybe the time is right to do something else? So we'll work on that this week. God bless you. God keep you. I pray that your week is filled with one of joy and goodness. And we continue to pray for each other. Tomorrow at 7:30, Carrie Ford will be here with Tea Talk. And on Thursday, I'm working on a special guest right now. So I hope to see you on Thursday from my end of things. But Tuesday, Carrie Ford, Wednesday, Millie. And we have a new podcast on Friday. Lots of great things. And hopefully I gave you a little bit of life today. All right. Take care, my friends. God bless you and keep you. Have a wonderful day. Peace.